Welcome to the Sports Card Talk Show. Sports Card Talk Show with Kevin Anderson and Lauren Walker, the Skol Brothers.
Welcome to episode 78 of the Sports Card Talk Show. We got Monday Mount Rushmore action going on tonight. Who's going to be joining us tonight?
We have at whocollector26 on Instagram and Reliable Sports with Seth Peacock on YouTube, and he's helping us with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh man, this should be good.
I'm
We've been
really
waiting for this one.
Yeah. I'm really excited to do the Steelers. They've got so many great players, and I think Seth's gonna have has quite his work cut out for him on this one.
I know, I'm peeking over at our list, and I'm like, yeah, he's gonna have a tough time.
Their greats go 25 deep, dude.
Well, first, before we get him on the line, we got a little package in the mail. Should we open it up?
Yeah. And this is from
PSU Mike. Yeah. And we talked a while ago, and he mentioned that he might want to give something to us, and we've been putting some stuff together for him, and he beat us to getting it out.
Yeah.
All right, man, let's get into it. Empty sports cards, box cutter, bell, check them out. Probably gonna have to open a little bit more.
Dude, I cannot believe you didn't pre-open it.
I'm slacking, man. I'm slacking. I do a pretty good job of that on my morning rips on Instagram, but I don't know. I'm slacking today. A couple of them there. I don't know if you want to jump into the other one there. Yeah. Oh, yeah, nice. Oh, cool. Robert Smith, Brad Johnson, Orlando Thomas, Randall. There you go. Brad Johnson, Chris Carter, Wade Wilson, Quadri Ismail, Randall McDaniel. Nice.
That was another Randall.
Yep. Carl Lee. Oh, Salisbury.
Sean Salisbury.
Yeah, nice. Benny. Alfred Anderson. Keith Millard. Wow, Fleer 91. Carl Lee. This is back when I was actually
that
collecting.
team was stacked,
Benny,
man.
Son Jones.
Is that Jordan again?
Yep, Steve Jordan. Nice.
Anthony Carter. Is that Al Noga?
I think it is, yep.
That looks like another Anthony Carter.
Yep. Steve Jordan, Chris Dolman. Sweet, man. Awesome. Got a little stack there, too. We really should have brought my other tripod. We could have flipped it around.
Got it. Al Noga, Robert Smith, Amp Lee.
Oh, nice.
Tim Irwin, Dixon Edwards, John Randall McDaniel.
Nice.
These cards are cool looking.
Yeah, they are.
Chris Carter.
Those are sweet.
James Stewart and Steve Jordan.
Really nice, man.
And then we get into ones that deserve penny sleeves here. So we got Rich Gannon.
Oh, yeah.
MVP with the Raiders back at the end of his career. Kyle Rudolph rookie card.
Ooh,
Madison rookie card. Quan Treadwell. Another Treadwell. That's another Treadwell. Teddy.
Ooh,
Teddy. Moritz Bullringer.
Oh, there we go.
And Stacy Coley.
Awesome.
And then in the Obsidian, we get a Irv Smith volcanic material.
Those are so cool, man. I love Obsidian.
And this one's numbered 35 out of 50.
Really?
Yeah,
nice.
I really like.
Man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, Mike. Man, that's awesome. We're almost got yours together. Just putting the finishing touches on it.
Considering I just buy mostly Viking cards, and Kevin buys Viking cards and basketball cards. I think.
Yep.
It was hard to come up with some Penn Staters, but
you got to grab it and show the box.
I do have to grab it. Got our order from ComC to just a few days ago. Haven't opened it yet. We haven't figured out if we're going to.
Wait a second. Now pick that bad boy up. That's a ComC order right there, boys and girls. And it's what, $8 shipped?
$8 shipped. And yeah, it. I actually was not home the first day they delivered it, so I had to go to the post office and pick it up. But
Awesome.
yeah, they needed whatever
Signature?
Yeah. So that's why they didn't leave it. But yeah, I've been wearing this order. Oh man, I think it started sometime in 6, 7, 8 months ago. So there's like close. I'm thinking there's like close to 1,000 cards in there.
Nice. It's going to be fun to go through. We won't open it on the channel, though.
Yeah.
Well, we might open it, but we're not going to go through 1,000 cards.
Might have some, have Kevin do the morning.
The morning ComC opening. I'll be busy for a year.
Yeah.
All right, man. Let's dial them up.
Ring-a-ling ding dong.
All right, we got Seth on the line with us. Thanks for joining us.
How's it going, everybody?
Hey,
Great
Seth.
to be on the show.
So we're glad to have you, and you're all decked out, ready to go, huh?
Yes, sir. I got my James Conner jersey on. Got it for Christmas. I got the little throwback, NASCAR jersey beanie on. Representing every day.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
For sure, man. Really nice. So you got a tall task ahead of you, I guess. I'm looking at the list that Lauren and I have together, and whew, good luck.
All right. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and start with the honorable mentions real quick.
Yeah, sure.
For number 4, I got James Harrison. So a lot of people, they love James Harrison, but I feel like I should leave him out of the Mount Rushmore just because I don't know, but James Harrison was a really great player for a long time, and like the way he, like all the workout videos and stuff like that, like the way he trained and the way he played was just almost unmatched by a lot of players. You don't see that kind of dedication in today's game, and he was unbelievable.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he was a force to be reckoned with. Very intimidating guy for sure.
Oh, for sure. The Browns learned that the hard way.
Yep.
For number 3, I got Troy Polamalu. The reason why I left him out of the top 4 was I don't know. I feel like the other 4 guys did a lot more, but Troy Polamalu, man, some of the plays he pulled off was just ridiculous. I mean, that interception he had against the Chargers when it's in the snow and he's diving and he gets his hand right underneath the ball. That was crazy. It was ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
And
the
way. Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead, man.
The way he would jump over the line, nobody else ever did that in football history. The way he just jumped over and just told you every play, I'm coming for you. He would kill you.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Aside from being a great cover guy, he was always making plays up on the line. He was like a hybrid linebacker, safety, corner. Troy's a great player, man.
And he was great for the size that he was given. I mean, how tall was he? Like, he wasn't 6 foot. He was like 5'11", 5'10", somewhere around there. And he's from USC. But it was unbelievable the things that he could do with the size that he was given and the speed he was given.
Maybe it's the hair, but I always thought he looked a lot bigger than that.
No, he's short. He's real short. And another reason why I put him on the honorable mentions is because, like you said, the hair. It's the image of him that sticks in people's minds, and it made him beloved by Steeler Nation everywhere.
Yep.
Number 2 on the honorable mentions list, I got Heath Miller. Heath Miller was one of the. Like, he was weird because he was kind of a receiving tight end, but he was a really hard-nosed, aggressive tight end that would score. That's what he was basically used for, was to score in the end zone. But he was that reliable guy that would catch the ball every time Ben Roethlisberger threw to him. And he was there for a long time. He's 4th all-time in Steelers receiving yards. And for a guy that wasn't really streaking down the field, that speaks to how good he was and how many times he caught the ball. And, oh, man, he was great.
Yep.
Heath is actually not on my list, but I really like that pick. And as soon as you said his name, I wanted to go, Heath!
Yeah. Every time you, he would catch the ball and you would hear that, it gave me chills. He was great.
Yeah, I really like that pick. He's just, he was, seemed like Ben Roethlisberger's best friend when Ben needed one.
Yeah, sometimes that's all you need. You just need that set of hands that's like glue, and just on 3rd and 1, you're going to Heath.
Yep.
To round out the honorable mentions list, I got Franco Harris. He didn't crack my top 4 because, maybe he did for you guys, but for me, I never really saw him play. But I do want to recognize him. He's the franchise leader in rushing yards. He had the immaculate reception, which I think that was voted as the best play in NFL history this year.
I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt that. It's whenever you think of NFL plays, like plays that have a name, that's like the one that comes to mind.
Yeah. It rivals the. I don't know. For me, I have short-term memory. A lot of people have short-term memory when it comes to sports, but I think the Minnesota Miracle was the best play of my lifetime so far. But other than that, I think the Santonio Holmes catch in the back of the end zone in the Super Bowl, that's the only thing that rivals that.
Oh yeah.
The immaculate reception was one of those crazy plays that was just what just happened? But I did have to leave him out of my top 4 though.
I don't know if it's the Pittsburgh airport or if it's outside of Heinz Field, but they have the statue of Franco Harris,
picking up the ball
off the ground. Yeah.
I can't remember where that is. I think you're right. I think it is the airport. Not sure. All right, so we're gonna get into the meat and potatoes on this one. Number 4. I'm gonna go from worst to best. It's the worst of the best. Number 4, I'd put Terry Bradshaw. Second in franchise passing yards with 2,989 and 212 touchdowns in a time that, they didn't really pass the ball a lot. He had Lynn Swann and John Stallworth. He won the MVP once, and he was a 4-time Super Bowl champion. Whenever you think about the Steelers, you definitely do think about Terry Bradshaw.
Yep.
What's really cool with Terry too is he's still contributing to the NFL with his Fox Morning show, and I love the goofball that Terry Bradshaw is.
Yeah, he's a funny guy, and I know you guys. It's called the Sports Card Talk Show, so I do want to bring this on. I actually got this for Christmas. I don't know if you guys can see it.
Oh yeah, yep.
Yeah, it's a 1971 Terry Bradshaw rookie card, 4.5, very good, excellent condition.
Yeah,
so
nice.
I know the glare is kind of brutal, but I thought that was pretty
nice. If you
nice.
want to snap a picture of it, you could email it to us, and I'll edit it in.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do that.
It's posted on my Instagram on the sports card.
Oh, okay.
Card. Yeah, but thought I would definitely include that one. I got that one. I was like, wow, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
What were you guys' best memories of Terry Bradshaw?
I personally don't think I ever got to see Terry Bradshaw ended his career, I think, in the Steelers did not draft Dan Marino because they still had Terry Bradshaw. I don't know if you know that or not.
I did not know that.
Dan Marino played his college football at Pitt.
Yeah.
And the Steelers could have drafted him, but they still had Terry. I think Terry might have had one more year left, and I think he might have got hurt early in that season, and they had to go to the backup. So, but the Steelers did.
If we would have had Dan Marino for the next, throughout the 90s, well, we never would have got Slash, though. We never would have had Slash or there's another quarterback that's not coming to my head, but
Neil O'Donnell, Bubby Brister.
Yeah.
Mark Malone.
That was it, McDonald.
Yeah, O'Donnell. Mark Malone, I think, is the guy that took over for Terry after Terry was done. And I really like Mark Malone's announcing. I think he works for NBC.
Yeah.
But I mean, everything works out in the end. The Dolphins, they needed a guy. If they didn't have Dan Marino, their franchise would be pretty much nothing. I mean, so it worked out for them, though.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
So up next, I'm gonna have to put. Oh man, this was tough. For number 3, I'll go back to the quarterback position, and I'll put Ben Roethlisberger, 2-time Super Bowl champ, the hardest player in the league consistently every year to tackle, franchise leader in passing yards with 56,363 touchdowns, which isn't that far behind the Brees and the Bradys. He led the league in passing yards, I think, the season before this, and I think he's done it multiple times. He was a great player, and he also had the best rookie season of all time in 2004.
What was his record that year? Record-wise, right?
We were undefeated. He was undefeated that year,
yeah.
But we were like 14-2.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
But he himself was undefeated, and I think we did win the Super Bowl that year. Well, no, we didn't. We won it the next year because Ben Roethlisberger told Jerome Bettis to stay, and if he did stay, he would win him a Super Bowl, and he made that come true.
Nice.
Number 2, I'm gonna have to put Hines Ward, UGA boy, 2-time Super Bowl champ, 12,000 receiving yards, which is the best among all of our storied wide receivers in Steelers history. 85 touchdowns. He was one of the best blockers as a wide receiver, and he played with a lot of intensity. And another thing I want to bring on is this right here. Is this signed photo of Hines Ward? It's him like dancing in the end zone.
Yeah.
Interesting story about this. I got this for free from Hines Ward himself because I wrote a review on his podcast when he released it, and he said anybody who wrote a review on his podcast, if it was positive, he would send them a signed photo.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that was pretty crazy to me. I mean, I just went on there, I listened to it. He doesn't do it anymore, but I mean, it showed up at my door, and I was like, holy crap, this is like legit a signed photo from himself.
Nice.
That's nice, man. Really classy too of Hines to do that.
Yeah, he's a great guy, and like I said, he was a UGA, so he holds like a little special place in my heart. And he was our best receiver when I was like really growing up. But now, for the moment we've been waiting for, number 1, the face of the franchise, Mean Joe Green. I couldn't not put him on here. I thought about putting Jack Lambert, Jack Ham, but had to put Joe Green. When you think of the old Steelers and you think about that dynasty we had, you think Mean Joe Green, Hall of Famer, 10 Pro Bowls in 13 seasons, 4 times All-Pro, 4-time Super Bowl champ, undefeated in the Super Bowl. The 1969, 1972, and 1974 Defensive Player of the Year, and a Walter Payton Award winner. He's the best defensive tackle in Steelers history, and he also has that Coke commercial to go with it.
I was gonna mention that he has a great Coke commercial too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but obviously I'm way too young to remember Joe Green playing, but I do a lot of studying, if you will, watching old players play, and he was one of the best ever.
Oh, yeah.
There's you mentioned Jack Ham, you mentioned Jack Lambert. Both those guys are just, I mean, Steelers to me are kind of like linebacker U. Like they've had so many great linebackers throughout the history of their franchise. Mel Blount was an absolutely amazing player as well, and then Rod Woodson too is another guy I gotta mention as well as a Steeler great.
Yeah, you mentioned like one of the having the best linebackers we had. A lot of times people don't mention this, but we had James Ferrier, Larry Foote, Lawrence Timmons, Jack Ham, Jack Lambert. We got Devin Bush now, Ryan Shazier. Ryan Shazier, if he can get back on the field, I will be the happiest man on earth. I'm so ready to see him back out there, but
I don't think he'll ever come back. But I think it's great that he's back on his feet and stuff. I think he's just it's really an inspiring story. The fight that he has in him, and cool guy to root for sure.
And he definitely makes me not like the Bengals a lot less. Whenever I see a Bengals hat, I'm like, you suckers. I can't believe it. I mean, obviously it wasn't their fault, but it's a freak accident. But I mean, it, like you said, it is a blessing that he's able to walk at the end of the day if he never gets back on the field.
Getting back, you just named some current linebackers that the Steelers have, but they also got L.C. Greenwood. They had Greg Lloyd back in the 90s. They just, so many great linebackers.
Kevin Green, too.
Kevin Green,
Yeah.
Yep. So many great linebackers in the franchise.
And a lot of people don't mention this guy because he wasn't with us for a long time. But I actually just got this in the mail. It is a book by Arthur Moats. I don't know if you guys know who that is. He played for the Steelers and the Bills and the Cardinals when his last year. But he actually signed it.
Oh, nice.
He was doing a thing where he if you pre-ordered his hardcover book, and he would sign it for you. But I know he's not one of the best players we've ever had, but he was definitely one of my favorite personalities because he's just a great guy, and he does a podcast now. So
okay.
Oh, cool.
Nice. Yeah. So
I'm just taking a look at my list. There's so many Steelers. I don't want to not mention a couple of them.
right.
You also have had some. You can't talk Steelers without mentioning Chuck Noll either.
The coach.
Yeah, the coach for those Super Bowl teams. There's a lot of pride in the Steelers organization for not firing coaches.
3 coaches.
Yeah, for not firing coaches. You got Chuck
Noll, Cower, and Tomlin.
Yeah, and that's pretty. I mean, all 3 of those guys have been amazing coaches for the franchise.
I know this guy. A lot of owners don't get a lot of respect or, coverage or whatever if they're not Jerry Jones. But Dan Rooney, the Rooney family, just amazing people.
That's another that's another person that has to be mentioned when you're talking about the Steelers is the Rooney family. For sure.
I mean, words just can't describe what they mean to the Steelers and what they mean to Pittsburgh. And the Rooney Rule, I know a lot of people aren't, I guess I would say, impressed with the output that it's made, but it's definitely it's made it to where African American and minority coaches can be more accessible to franchises because they have to interview at least one. I
think this is a fun fact about, and I don't know if they're still doing it, but I know that the Steelers keep their ticket prices way down because they want the working class to be able to afford to come to games. I don't know if you know that or not. I don't know if they're still doing it. I mean, I heard this a few years ago. So it would be nice if they were still doing it, but they might have raised prices to pay the You say that, but I've tried to think about flying out to Pittsburgh before, but oh my Lord, you wouldn't believe the prices of the tickets. It's ridiculous. Ridiculously high?
Oh yeah. I mean,
okay.
I don't know. Obviously, I can't go to the Pittsburgh Stadium, and I don't know how they sell them there, what the prices are there. But, I mean, I buy my tickets off of SeatGeek, and it's not a promotion. I just actually buy it off of there. But hundreds of dollars every year.
Is that a secondary market?
It's a God, this is really going to sound like a promotion, but it's an app where they take all the prices of like other websites or something like that, and they give it a rating. If it's red, it's bad. If it's green, it's good. And they have some seller fees, but that's where I go to kind of check the price. But sure. I thought about flying out there to go see the Steelers play the Seahawks in Pittsburgh, but it just never really worked out. But their tickets are definitely expensive.
Yes, that changed.
Yeah, it must have changed.
In today's
Lauren
NFL,
set the timing too. His 2 years could have been 12 years ago.
Yeah. Good man. You hear something and it sticks in your brain like it was yesterday, and then other things that I don't remember how this interview started.
But in today's NFL, they don't care how high the ticket prices are. People still buy them anyway. Mm-hmm. I mean, the Super Bowl tickets this year are going to be god awful, like so expensive, but they'll still have a packed stadium out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's going to be in Miami, so that town is going to be crazy that whole week, and I don't even want to look about how expensive it's going to be.
Right. Well, we really appreciate you coming on, man. I think we covered everything, right?
Thank you guys.
We got everything. Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah, and if you want to hang on the line 1 second, we'll just end the episode and we'll talk to you for a quick second. That'll bring episode 78, Monday Mount Rushmore, Steelers with Seth at Hawks Collector 26 on Instagram, and Reliable Sports with Seth Peacock on YouTube. And you have a podcast too.
Yes, sir.
On Spotify and same thing.
Apple Music and Google Play.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thanks again, and that'll do it.
Skol Brothers out.
You guys have a good one.
Yeah, you too.